efutuo bi ye de ma nipa bi no etimi ma afide ego wi ase en ade a na ye bone no obehu ni se eye papa oh and ewe Yesu Kristo de nemo meje di se ye na radi Yesu Kristo adom enti oho eye. It is such a beautiful day, and we say to God be the glory. Mesrao escape video yi enko hwe bibi foforo. Mesrao nyabre tiawa efama me na mene wo enche Awurade Nyankopon asem. Medi ede Isaac Owusu Setre, and I am a servant of Jesus. Another mene wo che Nyankopon asem tiawa na mejidi se asem no ebebo. Genesis chapter 3 verse number 6 no. Eho ena enkomo no ejina ene day. Genesis chapter 3 verse number 6 so. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took off its fruit and ate it. Now, and as some of many would be home come any questioner me a bisha ewo ashemi mo yes why any ufutufu? Who is your advisor? Why any ufutufu? And who do you even listen to? Why na wutie no? Why na wutie no asetena imo? Why any ufutufu? Ashembia ehun hia ye pa se unya bre na wodwene ho. Genesis chapter 3 verse number 6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and when the woman saw the tree was good for food, and I try to dig into this particular word, saw, the word saw, that particular verb now, saw, no, I try to dig into it to really understand that particular context of the Bible. Now, the word saw, no, it's the Hebrew word 7200, which is being translated to see. Word nankasan your friend ra, and that is the actual word before Nabi in the Old Testament, that is to prophesy and someone regarded as a prophet. Okay, in the book of 1 Samuel chapter 9, from prophet. No, first it was called of them one who is a seer, one who sees, as Ra. So I was diving into it, and you realize the literal meaning of that particular word, Ra, yes, is to see. That literal meaning of that particular word is to see, Ra. But figuratively, that word Ra, no, it can mean other things. It can lead to a deeper insight or a deeper understanding concerning that particular word see. So when you try to go deeper into it, figuratively, you realize the word to see, which is Ra. There are times in a King James version, it can be translated in this form, to approve. To see, no, figuratively, to see can also mean to behold. To see can also mean to consider. So in this Bible verse, Genesis chapter 3, verse number 6, and when you are putting this figurative words into it, it gives it a deeper meaning or a deeper insight. The Bible will say, and when the woman saw, and when the woman approved, and when the woman considered that the tree was good for food, when she considered, when she approved, when she behold that the tree was good for food, that was when after the akabiane etoto so, and it was pleasant to her eyes. After onyanji tu mu say ediano yese yedi se ediane. After Bible ne say aye nani wafe. Na after ohun say ne kondoi say odi because of say no watese eduano emanyansa. na Bible ne e kan to us say afedie ati aduaba no na odi. I'm talking about one who advises or someone. The question is, who is your advisor? This Bible verse no ekasafa Genesis adebo infitiasie na Adam and Eve ewo ho na ekoduru mpempenso bi Bible no ekire mu se nipa behwe ase. Genesis chapter 3 ho. Na de bema nipa behwe ase no eho na afi nkiremu no eba. Na you realize that ade a oba no eyeye anamuntu a etuye ene de esiye no, it was because of a certain advice be or approve ye. There are times a futu bi a yensa eka no wa abrabomu no, etimi ema the way you see ehunu bibi, the way you see approach bibi no, etsa edemayen. When you read upwards, that is from Genesis chapter 3 verse number 4 hono ebana. I can kind and send you my main kind free 2 no. Genesis chapter 3 verse number 2. The Bible said, and the woman said to the serpent, that was when the serpent had already asked, say, indeed, really, as God said that you should not eat from this particular garden, the woman started to answer the serpent that we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but one of the fruit of the tree which is in the middle of the garden, God said, you shall not eat of it, nor shall you touch it, lest you die. Verse number 4, no? Then that is where the advice came. Now, verse 3, no? Asama obano eka no ohwemu ya kabribi. It reveals their position at that particular time before that advice came. You realize say obane sam no ekire say na de nyankopon edi kan aka kire wo mo no ensam a na wona age atum wode wona ho atoso wal hun say eye nokre na ensam a omo end out here, because before the serpent came na say dua no nokre no mo nko ho say dua no nokre no mo nti bindi. In other words, no, the way Nyankopon describe it, dua ne kire wo mo no, sa na no musi hunu no. No mu hunu se eye dua udibia di owo ene beba. Eye dua empo se usomo a it is an act of disobedience against what God has commanded. Na eye ade a no mu kura mu edi nante kosi se the serpent eba ye. Now we did not know the number of days that it took them to, live their life believing in this particular command that God gave unto them. We did not know the particular month or the amount of years omede tina edin ho ana omede kura asema ene commander omo edikura or she a nyankopon ede ahye won emu. We did not know. The Bible did not make mention of. But we realize from the verse 3 hono asema na omu ekura mu ana omode nante, because obana asema kan ne say nyankopon aka kire yen say dua ba ku bi esitro ni finfin ho de ma yendi empo na ya somu o say na ko bane sa ewo na yebewo. It was ade omode omakoma nyina ekura mu. So in other words, nanka umudiro no muhudia no muhuna no mabunani chesa we sa dia we when Nyankopon say me yemfa yensa enka on, we will never touch you. But verse 4 no, Genesis chapter 3 verse 4, something happened. The Bible said and the serpent said to the woman, you will not surely die. The bio eduano enya dia wudi a obewu a foot will be an eba. It is a form of an advice be an eba. Efa ensembia na wokura mu the anante for a number of days, a number of months, for a number of years. There are many times there are certain things that one kasa wadia to say enye ewa sitenemu. One kasa who say bibi say dear, what do one no can emfa papa mbrel. One kasa no one say any ye be say dear, oh yeah, and ya dear baby we. So one kasa ebia, what ya to me say in komo be say dear, uko dibia, and ya dear bebo, a brabo be say dear, do hu ko fori mu a enya de be wie wo ye there ba ye mu bi wo hono ma this particular instance at this particular time ye mu bi wo hono ma make a shay wakoto amani bi mu wakoto ahaw bi mu at this particular time no atwentwene na o twentwene soon na o so because a footwo bi by onipa bi ba be ka say ade we a wo hu ne sei no there be o entesa say Genesis chapter 3 verse number 4 no ma menkan Bible ne ekan o say and the serpent said to the woman you will not surely die. You will not surely die. Enya dia ubewu de biara da you will not surely die. Now okay to so and verse number 5 ono na eba be kire afei efutuo no the content of it say udibia the ebeye ediamount. Now you realize it was out of that the futuo no. It was out of that the futuo no kwana afei the ebema oba no any ebeti dua no. Verse number 5 no. I say for God knows that in the day you eat of it your eyes will open. You will be like God, knowing good and evil. This is the specific advice. The serpent, Edema, Oba, now when ya asem every obema ho efa sha, when yankopon edia shawomo efa bribi onye ho. The Bible said, and the advice came. I said, there be o enye wo na wo be wo na mom no enyankopon enim se ada mu bedi bie no mani ebe bie na I say mu beye te se nyankopon na mohunu papa ene bone. It was an advice that the devil gave. I will say said this was an intelligent advice to Obano who said asama owe yake asama serpent yake emu do very deep say nyankopon no or can trasha but you know there are a certain mystery in it. There are a certain profound part of it we yenya entache. So at this particular time no for verses to come say obano ehu duane say eye se odie na afedie eye eniwa efe na afedie eye akono se esan manyansa no na je se de nyankopon eka no oba no edikan akondemn no ana se oba no edikan afa ne se nyankopon edi atora kire omo ana se footwo na eba no already na nyankopon asem no omu ebu omu value with all that they have. But a footwo no has opened their eyes concerning that particular fruit. A footwo has opened their understanding concerning that particular thing that has been commanded them not to do. She will be saying at that particular, instance or at that particular moment in time, say, aha, I feel na Matthias here. I feel na many ebie But Bible say, then I say, and when the woman saw that tree, and when the woman has been convinced, when the woman has approved, when the woman considered that tree was good for food, and it was pleasant to her eyes, and that tree to be desired to make one wise, the Bible said, she took of its fruit. She took of its fruit and ate it. She did that. Obedi ekowi ase se de nyankopon aka kire won se ma wonnya no. Afedi waye. Ni nyina na ne fare by eye efutuo bi a ye tu no. Ni nyina no na hyase ne eye ensem bi a ye ka kire no ema ne gitu mu. Ohun se ahyemie eye nokore. Ohun se ahyemie asa abawom asa nyansa wom. We are in a certain situation at this particular time. It's one also because of a foot will be out here. The Bible made mention in the book of 2 Samuel, okay, verse number 13, hono ebana, kasa efa ohini David eba your friend Ammon ene Absalom ho. The reason why David ba penny ananka obedi David adia your friend Ammon ne nua Absalom eku no was because of a footwo bia obi etu no. It was because of a certain intelligence bia obi de man no abra na Ammon dwene kwan ya obefa so a obetimi ene ne nua ba ya fe ne Tama ada. A certain intelligent advice be ma eba man no at that particular time no hu say onua ewu na onim nyansa, you know, a footwo na ade ma me no eno na beboa me. At the end no sa nipa kro na nkasa ko tichiri David evre say oba Ammon no chechere refa no because oye kwasea for say oye sade no a footwo bi eba ma Ammon no e ma afedie ahenie ananka obedi ni papa ewu ati no ahenie ne nsa nka owuye empo ansa na echire ni papa ba bewu a footwo bi a onipa bi etu no. At this particular instance, at this particular moment in time, make obi akwa koto yadie mu biadie bi otwa ne ho entwa because na dan fo bi ka kire ne say so timi exploit to the extent say obetimi ehunu de wa brabo mu enti no afutuo na dan fo ne de ma no o kire ne ma ne hu say ene wo ye bema wo sika obi no obetimi ne oba we ada o kina no wa pria na sinchen no ne we eno na ekwa kɔhwie adwie ne de adwie ni. Bible can say me the book of Proverbs chapter 6 verse number 26. I say my can say and I'm a bedroom 40 or better my deep at this particular time I'm making or be a certain relationship be our then who could to maintain at this particular time the juma na ne kura ne cramp a free nsa. At this particular time I make I say obi a foot will be a ye to no efa bear may be home. Now down for a baby to know for oh that be the Bema way, you're a very nice guy. That be say Bema way say oh do what you know what here yasi and mo nyam sa a foot will be an down for be two and far better maybe wanting no or man the no share Bema and another for the kind said the idea uma when he had don't look sharp Bema no bit me a water but there be so many card on watch a channel or the kind no way back you know a yet thing water. At this particular time or ban any ban also no no onye prepared so obewo because of a foot will be a certain advice be an down for be a 220 ebrema make us obi wo hono ma na what ye egu obi wo na what ye egu at this particular time because na down for be asem o ka kire say asetena mu no say usura wade jaya unya wale pa enti no da nu gwazo tena se ma be ma na kire ne ho kire we ni ha obi so ho wo hwa na ade no wo ye yi na wani nje ho a masa ja no ne pe ba bi fa sa futuo na wotie ye sa futuo no wotie no ene ama onya yanka na wade bi na nanka ote ho onya teku onya sempo efiri mu no nka onya yanka timba by this time na aye too late a futuo bi na wade no de we nanka nikunu esi eye no ewum se na nye to the highest extent de ope ewa brabo mu de but kakra bi ana nikunu nya de ma no na eboa no na awade na no owuo mu no na eboa ema ne nimonyam kra no you know na edimu but na dan fo bi ka kire ne se ene de yi hwe eni wa so tena sesa o se mete be ma ba ko ho sale o kire ne ho kire oni ade obi ba be ka kire so pe wa one ne nye ukunu no onya de obi hu no obetimi afa kire na wakwa akoye de wo be ye awia oboba na obepepa wa no nya de obi hu obi afutu obi a woti enti no samere wo fa ne kunu chi akwa twempene bi a che se odwene ho owu so a asade na okoto mu no obitimi akela dia fro because amane a de bre no at this particular time no aburo adwene ntiase so afutu obi obi wo honam at this very moment I make say na asem wo court ye di ono ankasa ebia at this particular time no ye jeli no because of say afutu obi a na downfo bi etu no say he masa da bi o asetena mu kuma se man ade wo ha say wo ma wani ye denye say ye de sekai ebedwa nanka ade ne de wo kire ho no din nsam no kire wa de da obi atimi fa na ade ahwe ni tirim na downfo ni to ne fo sha ohun say ade ne de e no kra you know enu kwasa metema sesa mo bi church ne ho kire me the least opportunity onya wa fo bi de hwe obi trim at the end okaka say ye bonsam but Ghana police onim bonsam address na wakwa akoche no oyonyame a futu the Bible made mention say the serpent started saying unto the woman, said, Debio, Adiana Munim, Adiana Wajia Tum, the other one to so say, a son and Yankopon wa kind, Yenyadia, a dear way, ye be so mumpona campus, ya tibia dino, and Tessa Yankopon nimu say, a Diana Mudibia, Monibe be mobile to say only Yankopon, nothing mube huno papa, anybody. A footwana, that particular serpent no edema obano. I feel the as a son, the way I know see who diano. I feel the the way I na I feel the osisuro dian ebe dane, who say I ye pleasant to the eyes, a ye a new warfare. I feel crowd a dock on to the extent say a best I am a nyansa. A foot will be a unyaye intia. At this particular moment in time, I make us say, Minia Bear may be right now, no, or Kunya dear be right now, when you are quacking ACB to the extent, say, or training who free more entry because of say, you to know for say, Chama, the eye and the and now you don't because I know what now you don't know Baba, corner cover brofos, Berma, who's so that particular football or Chilimo Mandi who said, the eye and the oh, see a cacao, who bit me up, ladies need be any dear, or bit me in a quack or chill, so home. Now, Mobetimu and no Baby drew for year, the year, no one, if you know. Sir, football, no, sir, a football. Sir, football is the reason why at this particular time make us say, Wakakonya, gonorrhea be our authority uncle. It is that football is the reason why at this particular time I make us say, what Timia Quakonya, AIDS, HIV, AIDS, beer. I feel here, what no who I was sitting in, one no who I was brabonimo, but this particular moment in time I make us say. Was a sad time no etriquate that in ye. A football. Another day, me busa, why no football for a wabraboimo? One now went to a wood to our atias if I saw season. Why now would you know? Pempenso betting me a quadru abrabum, no. And Pembebreno, a dear old two for no, or play a major role in it. Yeah, one crophobia or honor omit me the bomb, a shower home. A call edic of through plane. Now a blasted no money at it no more. Because of say, you're tuneful. You're treacherano. You're lecture no, concerning a serpent, a lecture or barno. Emma, I feel after lecture no, obey who say, the animate me at Tibiedino. Obu on at this particular moment in time, no, your man a specific lecture be. Ya training more manati as yes, say amania eba, say a nearma air cosho in crophobi yen near be a tian young coupon asema. Obey to me at the bomb shell, honor quack or mumu now blasted. What save you or more? And because of that, intino, oh, back heaven, who could do heaven, obeying 7 virgins. Because of that, intino could do heaven, obeying 7 virgins, a warrior more intino. Sa a footwoman, no, sa a sa in some na ya catcher and science retreating intino. Or the bomb air send home aquacotina aeroplane mu amana blaster manatitia. A money whom say a footwoman, a footwomanity. And a day, why no footful? Who is your advisor? Say, I dear now one nemono, a bay ye, say, Abrabona obody, a bessy we are, and Pembebren a yard shed or 2 or 4. Say, a mania now, we would have prim, so be to me a free one. Should you 2 or 4? Should you? Paul Becaye in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15, okay, verse number 31 now. I say, debut, and my one data more, every say, and come a bonny woe, a yana, a say or brapa, and come a bonny, a say or brapa, or a foot to a bonny, a say or brapa. A say or brapa. There are times make us say nanka wono umbra krono bumuda, but wadam for being a catcher as a winner and shed and you be big degree. A bit me a quack operation about be a clean operation or a cobaya, I'll be now share. Now, what 2 foot to the extent I feel the yen chrono. I feel the only saying your chronubium. Obuano right now he is into scamming or scamming man for a jail or more innocent money or be any moon fifra was shine. And no. Now we find that question what that because of say now that will be a 24. Say with me I hear one out to me and one ounce and can one juma. Because of that intino, that person is scamming people at this particular moment in time. Or who say ya juma. I didn't be call woman, didn't be call shay you mono. A foot will be an answer account. At this particular moment in time, will be Dani junkie. Obi a junkie because of inkomobi a foot will be an adam for be to no a fat drug be home. Said this drug ebe mo ani be wadum to the extent say afedie atwentwin bi ana wo twentwene no ebe clean off to the extent say this drug here opeso nya time sua de betima mo why very focused esua de that particular a foot no sa a foot ni enti ene make I say ne na brabo no baby a ade na akwa koduru eye se oda thinkers or say why junkie a che abusua krampo no eye ni totwene mo nse de ye nu ye duru anya de baby papa bi betimi afre ne mu aba eye afutuo bi aye to no entia another mi bisa why ene wo futufo. Who is your advisor? The yonkrofobo hono ma omo futuo no eye very powerful to the extent say omutufo a ebu ono ma ebeye den say obebu ani aguso but sankrofo no so empem bebre no eya esese wo hwe won yi. Certain people in the Old Testament now almost occupy a certain office. They were called the sages. The sages. The sankrofo no omo futuo no omutu. One of them was Ahithophel. Na Bible eka se Ahithophel afutuo ete se obi akonyankopon ho akwakobisa ne nchen ade. In other words no se ukwa Ahithophel ho na Ahithophel etufo a ete se de wakonyankopon ho akwakoji nyansa every nyankopon. There are people omo futuo omutuo no eye na eye very strong to the extent say untimi mbo wani ngoso. But in Pembebre no almost a yasho ye. Because Obi Wahonoma, Obetimi and Danena Quine at the end, a foot to Baba Bitu no, a Betimia Adia and Ubeko. Yes, okay, kind about for ma. Genesis chapter 3, verse number 6. Mame and kind, the last part, the C part, no. I say, and also gave some to her husband with her, and he ate it. Ekasafa Adam ho abra if eti aduaba na edi no Bible say wasan di bi command ni kunu ana okane ho na ono nso wodi ye. Adam ebeye a victim of this particular incident because of say na oje ne yiri edi say de ne yiri ebe ka kire ne say onye no eyade ebeboa. It was the reason why here Afidia Adam ekuhu in such a mess like that. Who is your advisor? Why the 2-4? Now the 2-4 no cramp no why enso any ni futufu? A futu be a demand nipa bi no. It me ma Afidia eko wiase en ade na ye bone no obehu ni se eye papa. A futu. Another one ni futufu. Me bom paye ma ewe Yesu Christo dinamo. Se erade emma a discerning heart to be able to discern between a futua e de obeko sheye mu ene a futua e de ebeko papa mu e de obeko enhyira ewe Yesu Christo dinamo. Another prayer amebo emma emma ene she erade enjewu emfiri ofutufuo ebiara na futuo wontimi empo na so de obewie bone mu ewe Yesu Christo dinamo. Eradi shraw na eradi nya wo kase ene day ewo ye na eradi Yesu Kristo edemu. Amen.